You open your laptop in the morning, search your brand name like you always do, and there it is, a 1-star review sitting inside a big Google box with your logo next to it. The text is harsh, a little unfair, and now it's the first thing people see when they type your company into search. A partner emails you, "Saw this? Everything okay?" That's when it hits you. It's not just a bad review, it's part of your permanent Google front page. First, let's be clear about the playing field. When you see a bad review in Google results, there are usually 3 players. One is your Google business profile, the panel on the right with stars, photos, and a map pin. Another is third-party review sites like Trustpilot, Yelp, G2, TripAdvisor, industry directories. The third is everything else that can look like a review. Reddit threads, blog posts, forum complaints. Google is not sitting there writing reviews about you. It's a giant indexer. It pulls data from your business profile and from other sites, and then decides which pieces to place on page 1. That means you're dealing with 2 layers at once: the platform where the review lives and Google's view of that platform. There are only 3 honest routes with a bad review. You can remove it if it clearly violates a policy and the platform agrees. You can respond to it and reduce its impact. And you can bury it under stronger, more relevant content so it becomes one line in a much bigger picture. Let's start with the removal fantasy, because that's where most people go first. Can I just delete this? Usually you can't. You don't own the review, the platform does, but you can ask the platform to enforce its own rules. This is where you stop and put on your adult homework hat. Before you reply, before you report, capture what's there. Take screenshots of the full review, including the username, date, star rating, and the page around it. If it appears in Google search, capture that too. The search query, the result snippet, the URL. Create a simple incident note in a doc. Date you saw it, where it is, and why you think it's a problem. You're not building a legal case. You're building a memory your future self can rely on. Next, read the review like a moderator, not like an offended owner. Ask a few calm questions. Is this a real customer with a bad experience, or does it look like a targeted attack? Does it include threats, hate speech, personal data, or spam links? Is it describing your business at all, or is it obviously about something else? Platforms are more likely to act on clear violations: harassment, doxxing, explicit content, off-topic posts, or obvious conflict of interest, like a competitor pretending to be a customer. If you see those elements, use the platform's reporting tools. On a Google business profile, that usually means flagging the review as inappropriate and choosing the closest reason. On other sites, it might mean a report button or a contact form for abuse. When you submit, be factual. Reference their policies, not your emotions. For example, this review includes personal contact details and threats. This violates your guidelines on harassment and privacy. Sometimes removal works. Sometimes it doesn't. You usually won't get a long explanation. That's why we don't build our whole strategy on that step. Now let's talk about responding, because even if the review stays, how you handle it becomes part of your reputation. Think about your real audience. You are not trying to win over the angry reviewer. You are talking to the next 100 people who will read that review and your reply. They're asking themselves one quiet question: if something goes wrong with this company, do they handle it like adults? Your reply should answer yes, without sounding robotic. That means short, calm, and specific. Acknowledge that they had a bad experience. If they're clearly mixing you up with another business, say that politely. If there was a real mistake on your side, own it without oversharing. Offer a path to resolve it off-platform: an email, a support link, a phone number. Do not argue line by line, do not accuse them of lying, and absolutely do not reveal any private details about their account or order to prove your point. From a security angle, your reply is also a chance to close a door. If the review looks like part of a harassment or extortion campaign, someone leaves a bad review and then emails you demanding money to remove it, mention in your incident notes that you received that message with screenshots and headers. Do not pay. Extortion rarely stops after the first payment. It teaches the attacker that you respond to pressure. Instead, keep everything. Report the behavior to the platform, and if there are explicit threats, consider contacting local authorities. So we've covered maybe remove and definitely respond. The heart of this topic is the third route: bury. Burying a bad review doesn't mean hiding it in a dark corner. It means changing the overall picture so that when someone searches your brand, That one-star comment is just one small data point among many stronger, more relevant signals. Search engines like Google are simple in principle. They try to show the most useful, trustworthy, and relevant pages for a query. A lone bad review dominates your results when there's not much else about you that's strong. Your job is to give Google better options. Start with properties you control. If you haven't already, create a clean, up-to-date website for your brand with your name, what you do, where you operate, and how to contact you. Make sure your homepage and key pages include the name people actually search for, not just marketing slogans. A solid site gives Google something obvious to rank above scattered review pages. Next, tighten your Google business profile. Add accurate categories, a clear description, proper hours, and real photos of your work or team. Keep the contact details current. This doesn't erase the bad review, but it frames it. Someone seeing one negative review in a sea of accurate, helpful information and recent photos reacts differently than someone seeing that same review on an empty shell profile. Then, think beyond Google's own panel. When someone searches you, what other profiles should they see? For most creators and founders, that's LinkedIn, maybe Instagram or YouTube, maybe a portfolio or GitHub, maybe a product listing on a marketplace. Claim and polish these. Make sure your name, logo, and description are consistent. An active, well-maintained profile on a major platform is a strong signal that often ranks higher than random review pages. Now we get to the part everyone secretly wants to hack. More good reviews. I'm going to say the unpopular thing. Do not buy, invent, or incentivize fake reviews. Not only is it against virtually every platform's terms, but if you work in any regulated industry, it can cross legal lines. And from a reputation standpoint, getting caught is much worse than a single one-star rant. Instead, build a habit of asking real customers for honest feedback at the right moment. Right after a successful interaction, send a simple message. If this was helpful, a quick review on Google really helps us. Make it easy for them with a direct link. Some will do it, some won't. Over time, the average star rating and the volume of reviews will naturally push one outlier down the list. Think of it this way. One bad review among 5 total looks catastrophic. One bad review among 80 with detailed, specific positive comments looks like life. While you're building this stronger layer, keep an eye on how Google actually shows your brand. Search your name in an incognito window once a month. Look at the first page and take notes in your footprint log. Notice which pages move up or down. Notice if new review sites appear. You don't need to obsess, just be aware. Search results are like a dashboard for your public reputation. Now tie this back to security hygiene, because bad reviews aren't always honest complaints. Sometimes they're part of a pressure tactic. A pattern I see more often now is the review bomb extortion. It goes like this. A wave of one-star reviews appears in a short time, often from accounts with little history. Then you receive an email or message saying, "Pay us," or the bad reviews continue. Another pattern is a competitor using fake reviews to tank your rating while boosting theirs. In these situations, don't just think PR problem. Think incident. Treat it like you would a data breach checklist. Start with evidence, screenshots of the reviews, including dates, usernames, and any repeated phrases. Screenshots of your rating over time if you have them. Copies of any emails or messages that reference the reviews, with full headers if sent by email. Store all of this in your incident document, with dates and a short description. Then loop in the platforms. For a Google business profile, you can contact support or use their forms to report spam or fraudulent activity. For other sites, look for business support or abuse contacts. When you report, explain that this appears to be a coordinated attack, not isolated feedback, and attach your evidence. Be clear it includes extortion if that's the case. In parallel, shore up your accounts. Make sure your Google account and any admin logins for business profiles, social pages, or review dashboards are protected with unique passwords and multi-factor authentication. Review who has access. If someone's account is compromised, an attacker can claim ownership of your profiles or change your info, making the review problem much worse. If threats escalate, or if personal information is being published alongside reviews, consider talking to local authorities. Your carefully kept logs and screenshots give them a concrete starting point. You're not expected to know the law. You're expected to bring facts. Let's also mention the softer side, how you talk about this with your team or partners. A bad review on Google search feels personal, but it's a systemic issue. Make it normal in your company to treat reviews as signals, not verdicts. When a tough one appears, discuss it calmly. What went wrong? What can be fixed operationally? What reply makes sense? What needs to be documented? That mindset keeps you from overreacting publicly or ignoring important feedback. Here are a quick list of common mistakes to avoid, described in plain language. One mistake is going silent. Ignoring bad reviews doesn't make them invisible. To someone researching you, silence looks like either you don't care or you have something to hide. A short, respectful reply shows that a real adult is present. Another mistake is replying defensively. Long arguments, sarcasm, or accusations might feel satisfying in the moment, but they live forever next to your brand name. Imagine a future client reading that thread. Will they see someone they want to work with, or someone who loses control under pressure? A third mistake is trying to game search results with low-quality content. Spamming the web with thin blog posts, junk directories, or meaningless microsites doesn't really bury anything. At best, it creates more noise. At worst, it harms your own search performance. Focus on a few strong, maintained properties rather than dozens of empty shells. Don't treat every negative review as a crisis. Some people just won't like you. Some will have a bad day and take it out on your brand. That's okay. When you zoom out, a mix of reviews, including a few imperfect ones, can actually make your profile look more real. What matters is pattern and response, not perfection.